Hi, and welcome to the CLE, Navigating Attorney Ethics While Networking and Building a Book of Business. I'm Kelly Lansky, and I'm a lawyer with over a decade of experience in federal litigation, regulatory, and investigations work. I also founded and run the Career Files, a business dedicated to helping lawyers thrive at work by addressing professional development and other skills you don't necessarily learn in law school. This CLE is designed to help you comply with your professional responsibility rules while engaging in practice management activities and specifically when communicating with clients or potential clients for networking or practice building purposes. Effective professional communication habits can help you build your practice in a number of ways, not the least because they encourage clients or other lawyers to think of you when they have an issue or a new case for the simple fact that they've gotten to know you, your abilities, and developed a sense of trust. Remember that building your practice takes time, but consistent communication can help you reach your goals. With that in mind, the goal for this CLE is to help you develop a plan you can implement to make those practice-building communications a habit. Here's what we'll cover over the next hour. First, some ethical rules you should know when communicating with current or prospective clients. Second, we'll answer the why question. Why should you step up your communication efforts based on your own personal and professional practice management goals? Third, we'll cover the individuals with whom you should and can be connecting, keeping those ethical rules in mind, particularly Model Rule 7.3. Fourth, we'll identify key times in your calendar when it makes sense to reach out to your professional network and ethical landmines to avoid, again using Rule 7.3 as our guide. Fifth, and finally, we'll discuss how to pull all this information together to create a plan to reach out consistently and ethically, particularly in light of Rules 1.6, 7.1, and 7.2. As we go through the CLE, I'll be referencing your supplemental handout frequently and in detail, so I encourage you to download that now for easy reference. First up, let's talk about some of the key professional responsibility rules that we'll be covering throughout the CLE. I'll be focusing on the ABA model rules of professional conduct. Many states have modeled their professional codes on the ABA's rules. And of course, you should be familiar with and follow any applicable rules in your state or jurisdiction. 4 rules I'll discuss today are 1.6, 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3. These rules address attorney conduct when communicating with potential clients and soliciting business. As I'll discuss later, most of the communications in your practice management plan should focus on building relationships and finding common ground, not soliciting business. But there is some gray area when reaching out to potential clients, and even current clients. It may be done with the ultimate goal of winning business. So it's best to know and think about these rules whenever engaging in business development communications. I'll discuss these rules in detail throughout the CLE. Let's move into the nuts and bolts of building your practice through ethical communication habits. And that starts with answering the why question. Depending on where you work, you may not need to go out and find your own clients immediately. But most lawyers in private practice will eventually need to do some work to retain current clients for new business or to find new clients for new business. And if you're like many lawyers, when you think about doing that, you deflate a little bit. You might think of networking or client outreach as a chore, or as requiring you to act salesy or pushy or to ask people to do something for you or to give you something. And that doesn't appeal to you. I get it. That's not appealing to me either. And why would it be? Who wants to be the person who's always asking for favors? The key to engaging in these communications successfully and getting motivated to really incorporate them into your professional life is to reframe them from that negative into a positive. I do that in a couple of ways. First, I think of networking and practice management like making personal connections, even friends. Second, I remember that these relationships are two-way streets. It's about people helping each other, not just one person taking and the other person giving. It's also helpful to think about what networking is not or what it shouldn't be. Networking is not transactional. Successful, enjoyable networking should form genuine connections and does not include scorekeeping. Now, successful networkers are often systematic in their networking. They do it on a schedule or they adhere to a plan like the one we're going to discuss. But their actual conversations and the connections they build with the people they meet are genuine. Even if they are putting reminders in their calendar to reach out to so-and-so, they're going to reach out in a way that feels right. Networking is not taking without giving. In fact, most of the time when you reach out to your professional network, your primary goal should be to provide value to them, to give them helpful information or invitations to some sort of event or CLE, for example.